Yo, this is not bad for a 20-year-old dirt bike. Oh! What's up guys? Today we're going to be working on my 2005 Yamaha TTR230. I just want to get it running again and make it feel and look a little bit less clapped out. This is like a loaner slash beater bike that I keep around for friends who are just starting to get into the sport and need to learn how to clutch, shift and whatnot. I think this is a perfect bike to learn how to ride on since it's pretty much a full-size dirt bike. Not quite as tall or intimidating as my KTM, since it's got a relatively low seat height, which is perfect for shorter riders like me. And they're generally cheap and reliable, except this one has definitely taken quite a beating, so it's in pretty rough shape. So you can see I've got some broken plastics, and the fork's actually a little bit twisted since my buddy Justin slammed it into a tree at our property about a year ago. And I've kind of just had this sitting around and haven't turned it on ever since. I think I bought this bike for 750 bucks not running, which is definitely quite a gamble. And I may have overpaid for it a little bit, but it ended up just needing a carb. I replaced the stock one with a new Nibby carb, along with a Nibby throttle, which I like because it's pretty snappy. Though the bike does smoke quite a bit, so I know the compression's on the lower side. So I'm gonna have to rebuild the top end eventually. I also flushed the fuel tank multiple times since I noticed the fuel in there was green, which I'm not too surprised about since this bike sat around for a couple years before I bought it. Also changed the oil. But this bike needs some major maintenance. Like you can see how dry rotted the rear tire is. This has absolutely no traction. You can see that chunks are actually breaking off. For perspective, this is what a new tire looks like. Let's see if this thing actually turns on. All right, so we're definitely gonna have to charge or replace the battery too. Damn, that's how nice this looked, at least back in 2005. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to tell you guys, I completely suck at vinyl wrapping, so do not use this as a guide. You know, considering I'm not a professional by any means and I messed up quite a bit on this install so far, it actually doesn't look too bad for an $80 graphics kit. It certainly looks a lot better than this. It's definitely starting to give this TTR a new life. This oil probably only has about 2 hours of riding time on it, but I figured I'd change it anyway since it's been well over a year. But I'm gonna leave the current filter on since I just swapped that out too. So far so good though. I don't see any sort of debris on the screen. The oil's actually not dirty. I just used Motul last time, which is a much darker fluid in general. But this time I'm gonna be using the factory Yamalube. Before you spray paint anything in your garage, make sure it is properly ventilated. I'm gonna open my garage door in just a moment and make sure that you have a proper respirator on to reduce the chances of inhaling anything toxic. If you are interested in checking out any of the items that we're using for this TTR project, I'll have everything linked in the description below. It actually turned out pretty clean considering this is a bash guard. I just used some Rust-Oleum truck bed coating. This stuff's pretty tough and doesn't chip away very easily. And then for the exhaust, I'm just using some Rust-Oleum high heat ceramic coating. Man, I cannot get over how clean that turned out. And this looks almost like an OEM factory finish. Oh my God, that tire is stiff as hell. It's probably been on there for at least 10 years. Actually, production date is 2004. So this tire has been on here since day one. I unfortunately don't have another 18-inch inner tube here in the garage, so we are just going to reuse this one and hope for the best. Unfortunately, these older dirt bikes don't have the X-ring style chains. These do actually have to be lubricated periodically. Okay, first startup in over a year. You know, for a 20-year-old clapped out bike with broken plastics, it actually doesn't look that bad anymore. And between the graphics kit, the replacement front panel, the new rear tire, battery, and other maintenance items, I spent less than $260 on this project. Yo, this is not bad for a 20-year-old dirt bike. Yo, what a beautiful day to go out for a dirt bike ride. It is starting to get super cold here in Virginia, so I'm just trying to squeeze in a couple more days of riding. The old TTR still got it. Fucking A.
I'm dirt biking and I don't like getting muddy, but
you heard it, guys. Nate likes to go dirt biking, but he doesn't like to get dirty. Dude, that was fun.
okay,
As long as you don't fall in.
that happened to me before, and I kind of had PTSD from it. I ain't gonna lie, I fell in thing literally half my body. I went to go put my foot down, nothing there, and
With your brand new Ultra B?
no, this is on my light B.
Oh, okay.
This is much more capable.
Yeah, I just washed. I just locked up the front. I was a little heavy on the front brake. And it washed on this loose stuff, you know. Since I am going to DC tonight, I should probably take it a little bit easier. My wife would be pissed if we canceled on Louis CK. God damn it. Whatever. We're gonna roll it. I actually don't know why that stalled. Yeah, this bike definitely has a lot more traction with a new rear tire. Dude, this is not a bad bike for just a little over $1,000. It is smoking quite a lot though. Oh shit, you know, this bike is so basic though that I actually have no idea how much fuel I have. Because we've been riding for hours. Bro, I cannot believe I've had this much fun for $1,200 total that I have invested in this bike, which is like not even a quarter of what I have in my Talaria. And it still serves a purpose and is a good backup. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you like this kind of content, want to keep up with some of my projects, such as the TTR or any of my other bikes, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn that bell notification on. But this is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching.